Welcome to Fixing Assets, YouTube's equivalent of a cold shower. And today, a cold shower is what was the cause, quite possibly anyway, of a lot of the mayhem that resulted from a nice drive in the countryside. I took the long way home and ended up driving through Cumbria, Northumberland, but mainly Teesdale. As you can see, it was extremely wet. So wet that a considerable way into the journey I did have a slight breakdown. The car conked out and I was unable to start it up again. Due to the weather, due to not being particularly arsed about sorting the problem myself, I called the AA man out. The AA man turned up and he had a look around the vehicle, got his anti-moisture spray, whatever that is, and sprayed it around to try and make it work. Now he noticed that the terminal for the positive contact on the coil had turned round and it was sparking from the king lead. He turned it round, tightened it up, and the car started. And believe it or not, this repair actually got me home. The next day, in fact the day after the next day, I decided, you know what, I'm going to see if this car still works, because it did misfire a little bit when I was coming back. However, it sorted itself out and it went like a good one. Anyway, I got a very short way along the road and it conked out again, and this time I couldn't make it start up. I had to push the car home. So moving on from that disaster, I had to work out what the problem was. The problem was, believe it or not, distributor related. To get to that conclusion, I tested the electrical feed to the coil. That was fine. Then I tested the continuity along the wire from the negative contact of the coil through to the distributor. It was fine. So I removed the distributor, put it on my workbench, and went away for a week or two. And then one Friday evening, whilst I was waiting for me takeaway, I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a look at this, see if I can make it work. So how did I get on? Right, so I'm going to check for continuity between the chassis and the points. So I've got that'll stay put, and that goes there. And we'll try the condenser lead as well. See, it was got it open there. Right, so that's one would think these wires here should be a bit less, floppy. Look at that. I mean, it's meant to be like that, I don't know. Now, if you notice, this one has a nut on. So, I think that's going to be the root of the issues. Another theory, that red wire there you push that in, it does actually make contact with the earth. And that may have been what's been happening. I've put new points in and I've put a gap. I haven't set the gap properly, but there's a gap there. And I've lost one of the clips. There's a little bit of an additional thing with the distributor. I've just gotten a nice parcel through the post. In fact, two. One has a pile of points and condensers. I'm going to get some, see what the high quality ones are like. But I'm going to explain to you what I've noticed here. Now, you remember what I said was the cause of the issue. Now, if we're going to, this is a distributor with standard points that I bought from AccuSpark, and you can immediately see that there's a difference of where the terminals put on. Okay, that's the first point. Now that is the significant reason why I'm making this little video. Now these points here are the same as the ones that were in the Morris when the fault went wrong, when the fault happened and things went wrong. And this is the one I haven't seen before. But anyway, we'll look at where the contact is on the back. You can see that that is much higher than the chassis. Okay, yeah, so you can see that's much higher than the chassis. That's not going to short out on the chassis. If we compare where this one would be, this one is at the same level as the chassis, so that wire there could feasibly bend towards the chassis and short out. Okay, so the question is has it conked out again? Answers, not yet. I've got a long drive today, but I'm not risking it in this. I'm gonna drive it a bit tomorrow